Guys, our friends are back. The Game Time app is back, and y'all know how much we love the Game Time app at DCTV because the Game Time app gives you an opportunity to get last-minute tickets to anything you want, whether it's basketball, football, mixed martial arts, comedy shows. The Game Time app has you. And how about this? Your boy DC is going to help you get $20 off your first purchase by using my promo code DCTV. You know, the last time I used the Game Time app, the boy Luis wanted to go to a UFC fight. And you know how that dude don't be inviting his girlfriend. He needed an extra ticket. So the boy DC got him. I went to the Game Time app, punched in that promo code DCTV, saved $20 off, and then save Luis's relationship. So guys, go to the Game Time app right now, download it, use my promo code DCTV, and save $20 off of your first purchase. Game Time, welcome back, my friends. And Luis, your boy loves you. I always got you, baby. Let's get to the video. What's up, dog? How you feeling?
$1 million bucks, baby, $1 million bucks.
You look like $1 million, dog. Hey, here we go. Sean OMalley, again. Yo, man, I want to tell you thank you for always being so gracious with your time.
Of course.
Every time the fights happen, we get to sit down and chat. You know, when guys start, sometimes they get the rub, and it seems like they're going to go to the moon, but then it doesn't work out, right? We saw it very recently with Joe Pyfer. We've seen it with Raul Rosas Jr., a number of people that come off of the Contender Series, and they have all this excitement around them. It doesn't quite pan out. What has allowed for you to make sure that it's worked?
That is a good question, and it is rare that a career plays out like this, and I attribute it to my discipline to the sport. I've really given everything to become champ. I've lived the lifestyle. I've put in work. I've been doing this for 13 years, so it's not an overnight thing. And each camp, I put in the work. I put in the preparation, and out of camp as well. So I think that's a big thing that has led to the success is my routine.
You know, I think you know what's crazy? I think that gets overlooked with you. It does. Because everybody sees the flashy life, but nobody sees what's happening away from the cameras. Yeah. And that's where you got to be getting better. Like how much time are you spending trying to still get better? Because I think when I was the champion, it was in between fight camps where I made jumps. And that's why you feel better when you step in the octagon. How much time are you spending doing that?
Yeah, I mean, there's no off season in fighting, you know. It's all year round trying to improve, but it's the guys I'm around, it's the teammates. I'm going into the gym and getting beat pretty much every day at some point. It's not like I'm going in there and I'm the fucking man. I'm winning all these, every round, everything. I'm getting beat every day.
But you're lying, though. No, listen, you're lying, though. Because I know why. Because, again, right, I live this life. You create situations where you get beat. People misunderstand when people say that. I get beat every day. Well, we get beat every day because you got 3 partners. They're rotating. It's not like one guy's just in there beating you. And I think that gets a little bit misconstrued whenever people hear that comment, because most champions say it. But we all try to create situations to get beat so that when you have to deal with adversity inside the octagon, you're more than ready to do it.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you're not going to show up on a game every day. The thing I feel like I'm the best in the world at is showing up on that specific day, in that specific moment, and performing at the highest level. I think that's what I'm the best in the world at. Obviously have good skills, but I can knock anyone out on any night. You pick the night, you tell me how long I got to do it, and I'm going to knock that person out.
You know, when you look back at, the struggle, right? The struggle to get here, how often do you take note of it, right? Because, everybody wants to talk about the things that we went through when we were younger, and there's pictures of us, obviously, and it's like the things we did and this, and it almost as if they want to ignore the struggle to get here once they see you here. How often do you take note and you look at some of those older photos of you when situation wasn't so good and go, man, young man, you have come a long way to be who you are today?
Yeah, for it is, the struggle was there. Like, is this going to work? Am I going to make it? I was always on the side of, I'm going to make it. It's going to happen. So I was always kind of able to enjoy that little bit. Like, I'm broke, but I'm not going to be forever.
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
this
yeah.
is going to work. So even when I was broke, like Tim and I lived in a shitty apartment together, $660 a month, a little 2-bedroom apartment, pretty close to the gym, went to the gym twice a day. Like those were fun days. Like we were, I was living, a couple hundred, like $800 a month was what I was getting by with for years. And I enjoyed that time. It wasn't, well, I hope this works out. This is going to work out. I'm putting in the work. It's going to work out.
It's like the most innocent times. And those are the times that when it's done, you'll look back on it and go, man, we made that work. And it ultimately led to who I became. And today you're the UFC champion, right? That fight in Boston with Aljamain Sterling. You said you were going to do that, but then you go out and do it. And then you come out to that song, Superstar. The crowd goes crazy. In that moment, what did you feel? Was it like a calm? Was it relief? Like, what did it feel like?
Yeah, I would say a very calm. Every time I walk out, I just kind of get to this mental place where I'm very calm, accepting of whatever happens, it's going to happen. I'm not really trying to like this. I'm just accepting, win or lose, I got good people around me. Life's good. This isn't going to define my life. So I feel like me being able to accept that really allows me to be able to actually kind of enter that flow and do what I need to do. So I walking out, I'm very calm, ready to kill. Obviously, you can't be too calm. But for the most part, I'm calm with, but ready to kill.
Was it what you expected? The fight, with Aljo, was it what you expected?
I knew that could play out like that. I knew, to me, Aljo was the hardest fight in the division. That was the guy that was, he was the champ, obviously. The champ always isn't the hardest to fight in the division. In that case, Aljamain Sterling was the hardest fight in the division. And I said it over and over. I know what I possess in this right hand. I know I can put his lights out. I have to fight a perfect fight to beat this guy. And I did. My whole game plan going into that fight was not let him grab me. And if he does, separate as fast as possible. Make him overcommit and really capitalize on that overcommitment. And that is literally, what happened. He grabbed me and I got out as fast as I could because I did not want to be there.
Did you see, like when you watch the replay, you see him kind of overextend and he closes his eyes because he knows it's coming. Isn't that the craziest visual? Like when you go back and watch it, because I asked him personally, I go, did you know? He was like, I knew something bad was about to happen because you could see him close his eyes and almost try to brace himself for what was coming. Obviously, the right hand puts him down. Like when you watch that, you're like, man, it was like the perfect trick. It doesn't happen like that always.
Yeah, no, yeah, it is weird to watch back. I've watched it so many times and it really wasn't that. He didn't overcommit that bad. You see people overcommit like that in fights all the time, but they don't get capitalized like that. And I'm a very dangerous striker. Obviously, you can't make too many mistakes, or that'll happen.
So we get to Chito Vera. You and Chito Vera, Chael and I have a show now, and he calls it the Sugar State Commission. Yep. That says that you're undefeated, which allows him to be undefeated. Yep. Chael's not undefeated. I don't care how many times Chael says he's undefeated. Chael's ass got beat. I was there. I watched it. And it wasn't just because his legs started to kind of trip. His ass got submitted a few times and shit. I saw it. But Chael is lying. You believe that you're undefeated still based on how it happened. You and I fought the same night. That was the last time I ever fought. I was in the back watching you guys fighting, and the fight started. You were having success. And then you take a bad step. Why was it Chito as the guy, just to try to make that right? What made you say, because there are very few guys, Sean, that have a say in who they're going to fight. You are one of them. What made you say Chito Vera?
Yeah, he won on the same night. There's history there. I'm now getting pay-per-view points. Who's the biggest fight for me to go defend the belt and make the most money? And that's Chito. The backstory's there. He's somewhat of a superstar. Well, he's somewhat of a star. And I think it just made the most sense. And for me, that's why I called Ilya out. I thought people would love that. I thought people would go crazy. I got a lot of hate for it. They're like, no, Murad's next.
I want to tell you that. So they call us talking heads, right? Because you only see us at the desk. You only see the top. Yep. So the talking heads, when you said that, we all said, while Sean has the potential to be a guy that could challenge, there's work to be done in that division.
I'm there for it.
How much of that stuff do you take note of? Right? Like when I'm like, I don't necessarily, I personally said, I don't need to see him fight yet. I want to see them fight other guys in their division first.
Yeah, and I'm cool with that. I thought people would be excited, like, oh, you're calling out Ilya, that's crazy, he's scary, he's knocked out Volk, but it wasn't that was not how I got received. It was you're ducking Merab, so I have no problem knocking Merab out. I actually would enjoy that. So yeah, I'll knock Merab out. Ilya goes out there and does his thing, and we just build that fight, make it bigger than it would be if we fought now. So I'm okay with either scenario.
Chito Vera is traditionally a very slow starter. If he starts slow, what happens on Saturday night?
I mean, that's what makes him dangerous, because it is a 5-round fight. Him starting slow is kind of more of an energy. He's saving that energy so he can kind of come on later in the ends of the rounds. So, it's not necessarily. There's pros and cons to everyone's style. You come out there fast, and I try to knock him out, and I don't. Now I got problems in the later rounds. So, yeah, I mean, styles make matchups, and this is an interesting style fight for the fans.
Everybody seems to love Chito, right? He's the surfer dude. He's always smoking and running, and he seems like a pretty cool dude to hang out with, but you guys don't seem to mesh. What is it? Is it just a fight, or is there something about Marlon Vera that you don't really kind of like that much?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. Maybe in another universe we could be buds.
It would seem like you two would get along.
Yeah, it would. I don't know. There's something, I think it's more personal on his end. He doesn't like me. He's maybe a tad bit jealous of where we're at in our careers. Maybe he's a little insecure. Yeah. We had a little conversation in the DMs. I don't know if you're sitting down with him later, but you can.
I am, yeah, definitely. Tell me, please tell me what to ask.
You can ask.
I want to tell me what the DM
Just
said.
ask him.
Oh, I'm asking him. Because yesterday you said you're ready to get knocked out to him.
Yeah.
What did he say?
He suck my dick, bitch.
Oh, no, he didn't.
He did. I'm like, buddy, you could.
You got to win everywhere. You got to win the face-off, the stare down, the press conference, all the interactions. Like when you're fighting at this level, you want to try to win every level. That's why when remember Henry and Cejudo and the guy, who was he fighting the one time when the guy walked up to him and shook his hand, and they had all this bad blood, and Henry shook his hand. It was Aljo.
Yeah,
it was like he was trying to alpha him, and he let him. Right? You got to win all those interactions.
Yeah, I totally agree. So yeah, when he kind of flustered, didn't know what to say, and then he told me to suck his dick, I'm like, oh, it's like that. I don't know if that was the right word choice there, buddy.
Were you a little disappointed watching Henry lose, considering that double champ history? That could have been a big fight for you in the division.
100%. I was going for Henry that fight. I thought that could have been a sweet next fight, but Merab's done a good job. Merab's done. Fighting Merab like 3 fights ago. It was just like, no one cares to watch you fight. Yeah. But then he goes and does it against this guy, does it against this guy. So now it's kind of at least a little bit more exciting because he's unbeatable. He's on a 10-fight win streak, so there's a little bit more excitement there now, especially doing what he did to Henry. So, he's doing a good job.
It's crazy how fights are built. I swear to God, like, that fight is kind of because he grabbed your jacket. When I fought...
Well, first of all, I thought he was a door... I thought he was like a jacket guy.
Oh,
I thought
really?
He worked for the UFC.
I thought he grabbed your jacket.
No, I took it off and I handed it to him. Because his nose is so crooked, I thought he was a door guy. So I handed my jacket. You can see it in a video.
Really?
I take my jacket off, hand it to him, and I just thought he was going to hold it for me.
When Derek Lewis said his balls was hot and he took off his... That got him a title fight against me. It's crazy how simple some shit happens. All right. Before I let you go, champ, we're in Miami, right? Big city, big time experience, like the UFC loves this town. When this was on the calendar, was this something you specifically asked for? Because it seemed like this is the type of city that when you headline it, you need someone like you, or Adesanya, or somebody with a big following and a big personality. Did you ask for this, or it just seemed so perfect?
Yeah, I mean, what happened when Izzy rematched Alex Pereira in Miami?
He knocked him out bad.
Knocked him out. UFC, when they come to Miami, they stack the card, regardless of who it is. And yeah, they want to top it off with a superstar. So it actually just worked out crazy. Timing worked out. Me versus Chito worked out. It's just sometimes stars align.
What is the expectation for Saturday? Like, how do you envision when you lay down in bed and you think about Saturday and you think about the fight ending with you and Marlon Vera? How does it end for you?
With the ref pushing me off, saying, "Hey, buddy, you need to stop pounding on him. He's not here. He's not awake. You gotta quit."
You don't give if you get him with the knockout, boom, and he goes back flat. Do you give him the follow up or do you let him live?
Historically, when I hit Eddie Wineland, I let him. I saved him from that. The Thomas Almeida one, I tried. I'm like, hey, you know what? This dude's fucking barely blinking here, and they didn't see enough. So. In the moment, I just kind of will, whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that if I see him unconscious, I won't land another one. But Accidents happen.
It's like you're not surprised that it's happening, so you don't jump on them. Anytime I knock somebody down, I was like, oh shit, it worked. Because it was usually wrestling, right? So you go hit him again. Guys, the Sugar Show, Sean O'Malley fights on Saturday night, UFC 299. Defends his championship against Marlon Chito Vera. Hit the buy button, like, subscribe. Dude's got a real good podcast with his coach. Dude, I love you guys. Loyalty, never leave this dude, Sean. If that guy lived in an apartment with you for $600, you guys deserve each other. Loyalty is key.
Get the pay-per-view before it sells out, remember?
Watch my man Sean O'Malley defend his championship. Hit that buy button right now so that you guys don't get locked out. See you this weekend. Until next time, Sean, thanks for checking in with me, man. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Peace.
I've been telling people to buy it before it sells out. I'm trying to fucking trick some people.
Yeah, you want to sell it out.